Lovely and cosy. Hi, I'm Lou and this is Lily Rowe. So here in the UK we're moving into the colder part of the year and the darker part of the year. It's getting towards the end of November, winter is upon us, and it made me start to think about comfort and how actually some discomfort is essential to us as human beings. So I am very grateful on one hand to live in a society where my basic needs are met. If I need food, I'm able to go to a shop to buy it. If I need shelter, I've got a roof over my head, I've got warmth, I've got water by turning on a tap. There are many amazing things of comfort and convenience in our society that I am very grateful for. However, I do wonder whether it's possible to go too far, and whether within our culture we've become too comfortable. Some bird alarm calls. They're not comfortable at the moment. So that gift from the birds making alarm calls kind of makes my point. It's through discomfort, it's through danger that we know that we're alive. And I wonder whether currently in our society we've kind of taken comfort too far. We kind of can have anything we want in many ways. Many of us carry miniature computers in our pockets where if we want information we can type a button. Yeah, Bubs. If we want to order something we can do it there and then. We don't have to wait for anything. It's become a society of convenience and comfort. And yet, within our culture, it would appear that we're not happy. We are currently living through epidemics of both mental health and physical health. I mean, particularly the stats on mental health are really, really worrying, you know, like 1 in 4 adults will suffer with a diagnosable mental health complaint. 1 in 10 under 16s, you know, like if you're a teacher and you've got 30 kids in your class, 3 of those children will be diagnosed with a mental health disorder at some point. And of course, these are only the people who seek help. Much of mental health is sort of unspoken. It's still perhaps considered a bit of a taboo, and not everybody seeks help. We're living in times where the suicide rates and self-harming rates are going through the roof. You know, it's really, really disturbing stuff. And alongside that, we've got also physical aspects, things like obesity, cancers, autoimmune disorders, diabetes, heart, whatever it's called. Heart and circulatory problems, you know, the physical health issues, dementia, that's on the rise as well, isn't it, for older people? You know, there's a whole wealth of dis-ease within our very comfortable, at ease society, which to me seems a bit confusing, because you think surely comfort should equivalency to health, but it would appear not so. It would appear perhaps the opposite is true. And I guess I'm wondering about this, and I'm wondering what we can do within Forest School to help with this, because actually out here when we're at Forest School it's not always comfortable, you know, particularly this winter cold time of year. It can be cold, it can be wet, it can be dark, and these can be challenges and push people outside of their comfort zone. So we might try and make it more comfortable, particularly for people who aren't used to being outside, but ultimately there is going to be a bit of discomfort. And of course, Forest School embraces the the appropriate exposure of risk to people. It's one of the 6 principles, to expose people to an appropriate amount of risk. So you could consider discomfort as the first steps towards risk and challenge. And yeah, for some people in this culture, just being outside on a wet day is risky to them, because that's their level of comfort, actually dramatically decreased. So I see this as a brilliant thing if we can push people outside of their comfort zone, because through not having something, it makes us appreciate having it. So a cold winter's day, you don't have heat, you don't have the luxury of turning on your central heating, so you appreciate it all the more when you get home and you can have a nice cozy snuggle by the fire or by the radiator or whatever it is, so not having something for a portion of time enables us to feel gratitude and appreciation for it. Whereas if we have everything, all that we want 100% of the time, we can start to become complacent. We take things for granted. We might even start to get feelings of entitlement, like, I should have this, I demand to have this. And as I understand it, research is showing that there is an increase in narcissistic behaviours emerging within people in our society. And perhaps this is to do with the abundance that we have and the comfort that we have. And it's actually through not having those things that we might find gratitude and humbling ourselves to just how amazing life is. So in a weird way, scarcity can be beneficial, which I know seems counterintuitive. Also, through this gratitude and appreciation, we can find connection, because through acknowledging that we need other things, that we need other people, we see just how interconnected our lives are with everything else in the world. So a simple example, at the moment I'm feeling very grateful that I've got a wool jumper on underneath my coat, because it's getting dark and it's starting to get a bit chilly. And so I'm recognising, just in that simple act of gratitude for a wool jumper, I'm recognising my connection with sheep for a start. If there were no sheep that gave their wool, then I wouldn't have my jumper. I'm also recognising my gratitude there for the people and the processes that took the wool from the sheep and, span it into yarn and made it into a jumper. So a simple act of gratitude can enhance connection through us actually seeing how we are connected to everything and everyone around us, which again, out here in nature, in Forest School, can be a really safe and obvious place to do it, because life and death and rebirth are happening all around us all of the time. We just have to notice it. So that's my thought for today. Go outside and get uncomfortable and through it find gratitude and connection. Do you have any thoughts about discomfort and connection? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you've enjoyed this video, do give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel so you can join us again in the woods next time. And thanks for watching. Too much comfort can be a pain. Living with abundance, everything is the same. A little bit of risk and discomfort is what we need, so we can find gratitude when we head to the trees.